Here we're asked to use the table to write an equation for x sub k in terms of k. So a reminder, like this is not trying to be super tricky in the case of like, it's really like an x and a y table, right? We're just changing up the variables for a good reason. I hope you know that it's not just to like mess with you. This is going to come back to help us later on. But really like what we should recognize is like x sub k, since that's like our quote unquote y value, it's going to be x sub k equals all this stuff as like a linear function. The reason that I know it's going to be a linear function is because when I look at like how much this is going up each time, it's going up at a constant rate by 0.75 each time. So if something is going up by a constant rate, we call that a slope or a constant rate of change. And so since we have a slope, we can put it into this form of like, again, I'm going to say y equals mx plus b, but because we're doing x sub k equals mk plus b, so not trying to confuse you, just trying to get you into the habit of seeing something that looks like this and not being afraid, because this is kind of what we're looking for here. So already from the table, the easy part here is that the slope is given to you because it's just how much is it going up by each time. So I know my slope is 0.75. So in this case here, when I'm writing it, it's 0.75k plus b. And now there's two ways to figure out what b is equal to. There's the way that I like, which in my opinion, I think is easiest. And then there's the more like algebraic way. So to start here, when I'm seeing that it's going up by 1 here each time, then if I just want to figure out what b is, that's my like y-intercept. So I just need to figure out when k is 0, what would b equal to? And so I'm looking for what goes in this spot right here. And since we're going up by 0.75 each time, to figure out what goes here, I'm just going to go down by 0.75, which is going to give me, 0.50 minus 0.75, which is equal to negative 0.25. So that's my b value. So I'll show you the other way in just a second, but my final answer for this here in black is going to be x sub k equals 0.75k minus 0.25. So that's my final answer. The other way to do this is I have this equation here in pink, and I can just plug in any of these values, right? So I can just take like 3 and 2 and plug those values in. So when I do that, I get 2 equals 0.75 times 3 plus b, and then I can solve that. So 0.75 times 3, again, you could either use a calculator or just go up by 0.75 3 times, which is 1.5, 2.25. So 2 equals 2.25 plus b, subtract from both sides, and I get the same b value that I did before. Again, just a little bit more algebraically. So I like to use the easier method because I'm lazy. So hopefully you find a method that works just as well for you. Either way, you should still get the same answer here, which is x sub k equals 0.75k minus 0.25.